Victor Wembanyama is on the rise as one of the league's best young GOATs, and many people would say that when his career is over, his name would be in the conversation with the best centers of all time. He's literally a freak of nature with crazy physicals that allow him to lock down the paint, and although his offensive skills are still raw, his talent on that side of the ball is unquestioned. Now, given the fact that Season 5 just dropped and it's all around Wemby, I figured why not make a Victor Wembanyama build. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this build video and see if it was worth the money. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Jesus Christ first always, man. Enjoy. YouTube, Robinick, aka Game with Robski. What it do, you guys? Thank you guys for tuning into another video. You saw by the title, you saw by the intro. We are making Victor Wembanyama build in Season 5. Season 5 just dropped yesterday. I'm pumping out this content for you in Season 5. But before we get into the build video, grab your beverage of choice. I got the coffee, I got the honey, I got a little bit of creamer. Take a little sip of that. And let's get into this build video. We're going to make Victor Wembanyama. Let's not prolong your guys' short attention span any much longer. So we're going to be Victor Wembanyama. Right-handedness. Jersey number is going to be 1. If you want to be number 1, put him on the Bulls. I'm going to say that at the forefront of this video. Like the video for that. We're going to be a position of a center. 7'3", 230. Wingspan of 8 foot, literally max height, literally max wingspan. They literally made the top build in terms of physicals as Victor Wembanyama, so that makes a lot of sense why he's literally the exact height and weight that he is and wingspan in real life. And we heard about the news about Victor, man. Send a prayer out for him, man. I think he had like some sort of blood clot. Sucks to see a young kid like that go through that, especially with all the raw talent he's got. But you know how we start off all these build videos, we're gonna go with the speed. So let's just knock these things out. Max the speed out, 60 speed. We're gonna max the agility out, 48 agility. I do not want to be at 7'3" when I'm used to playing with guards. I'm already going to be super slow. I don't want to be dealing with this dude snailing up the court and getting beat. He's going to get beat because he's so big, but let's just max out the speed and the agility. So the strength is going to be a 71 strength, and our vertical is going to be 72 vertical. Now, I played with the vertical a lot. I was tweaking with the vertical when I got towards the end of the build. I was really trying to see, you know, because originally I was going to put a 60 vert so I could get the contact dunk, so I could get the layup, not the layup, but the dunk packages that I wanted. I ended up landing on a 72 vertical. You'll see when we put this up, I think we get silver aerial wizard. We also are going to get silver pogo stick, and we might actually get silver posterizer. Don't quote me on that. We'll see that in a little bit. But there was a lot of tweaking I did at the end, and actually one of the things that was neat, and I was like, okay, I'm going to pull the trigger on this build, was I got the shades of Victor Wembanyama. At that point, I was like, can I really deviate from this? But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the finishing. Our close shot's going to be all the way at a 92. I wanted to experiment with this close shot just to see if I could get this paint prodigy. That's sort of a little tongue twister. Paint prodigy to activate a lot. I was trying to do the hooks. I'll show you guys a couple clips of when I did get the hook successfully, but it's kind of tough. I think if you really want to be crazy in that post work, I'm talking about like post hooks, especially move like a Hakeem Olajuwon type. Maybe put this close shot a little higher. That's what I'm gonna say. The driving layup, we went all the way to an 80. That's gonna unlock Giannis layup style, which I hear is one of the best in the game. So I did that. You see, we actually do get gold aerial wizard. That's wild. Driving dunk at a 73. Standing dunk is gonna be at an 81. You see, we get the silver rise up, so you can, the standing dunk meter is super tough, but you can trigger the standing dunk meter once you grab a rebound. But the driving dunk is going to be a 73, the standing dunk 81, and that's going to unlock these animations right here. You see, we actually only get bronze posterizer, which is more than enough. Let's go ahead and move on to the post control. So I did want to put a little bit of post control on this build, given the fact that Wemby plays with his back to the basket, and that's what I'm talking about. So you see, we have gold hook specialist. I wanted to try it out. I was running Anthony Davis, if you know. Then I switched to Victor, or not Victor, but Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you know a better hook in the game that's easier to time, because Anthony Davis's was like way too early. I was so confused on it. Let me know in the comments below. But you see, we're not the strongest, and that will come into play when I talk about the defensive rebounds. And stick to the end, because I will tell you guys some things that you should tweak on this build just after playing with it for a couple days. 80 post control though. Hopefully you guys seen a little bit of post control highlights at this point in the build video. But let's go ahead and move on to the mid range. I maxed out my mid range to a 78. You see, we get bronze deadeye, silver post fade phenom, and then silver set shot specialist. I've said it in my last video. Silver set shot specialist. Gold specifically is where you want to be at with this badge, because it triggers so much if you're gonna sit in the corner, sit on the wing, and look for that shot from your guard, or look for the pass from your guard rather. The 3-point shot, I think I maxed it out as well. We went to a 73. Yep, that's correct. And then our free throw, we were able to get this all the way up to an 83. If you're gonna play in the rec, don't have no free throw. But I will say, I'm gonna show you guys the jumper on the screen right now. This was a tough jumper to time. I was pretty streaky with it. So like I would say I would hit super well one game. The next game I'd go for like 2 for 10. And man, if you've played 2K for any amount of time, you know how frustrating that it can be when you're not hitting your 3-point shots that you know you should be hitting. Like you literally just want to throw your game out the window, bro. And we'll get into this when I start about talk about tweaking. But if you're gonna take this to the pro-am, because I did try to take this build to the pro-am and I didn't shoot the best, because there's sort of differences in timing between the pro-am, between the rec. But in general, let's try and get this 3-point shot a little little higher, and to do that you're gonna have to tweak the wingspan. So play with that if you want to be able to shoot at a little better of a clip, because I was probably shooting 40 to 45% on this build, and that's just not it for me. Like, I want to shoot at least 50 to 60, and maybe it's that jumper. Let me know if you have a better jumper in the comments, but that's the shooting on this build. Midi is 78, 3.73, and the free throw is going to be an 83. Let's go ahead and move on to the pass accuracy. I didn't put this up crazy, but I did put this at a 78. I've been a big proponent of 75 in the past because you do get this silver break starter off the D board. I thought, let's see what versatile visionary on bronze does, and absolutely it triggers a lot. Now 78, you're not going to be able to throw rockets down the court like say a 92 or a 93, but 78 is serviceable. We actually did also put on the playmaking side of things the ball handle. So we do have a 49 ball handle, and then we do have a 44 speed with ball. So that's that for the playmaking. I honestly didn't handle the rock a lot when I got it in transition. I wasn't looking to dribble, I was just passing it. I know Wemby can do a little bit of that in real life, and that's why I put that. That might be an area that you might want to tweak, say, because you look right here, you can bring the ball handle down a little bit. Again, if you want to sacrifice a little bit of driving lay. And then let's see how far we could take the speed with ball down. We can take the speed with ball down a considerable amount. Now granted, this isn't going to give you a lot of attribute points back, so just take that with a grain of salt and maybe tweak that if you'd like. For what it's worth, I put ball handle and speed with ball all the way up. So let's go ahead and move on to the defense, because we know Victor Wembanyama is an absolute force in that paint. And with that said, it's only right that we have a high block on this build. Now I did put this block at a 92. With a 92, I'm going to then +5 that so that I can get Hall of Fame paint patroller. That's why I put my interior defense on an 84. So you see 84 right there. We are able, if we go to 97, we will get that Hall of Fame paint patroller. Again, I have 6 cap breakers, so I implemented that into this build, but that was at a 92. Our perimeter, I actually put some perimeter on this build with the forethought of maybe this is going to be in the pro-am, but you're going to get abused regardless. At 7'3", he just doesn't move a lot very well laterally, but I did put 62 perimeter for this bronze immovable enforcer. And for the steal, I did put the steal at a 60. I wanted to experiment with this, but honestly, I would honestly put this steal as low as it can go, because I mean, so let's see right here, you get 84, we got the 62 perimeter, we want to keep the 84. You can bring it down to a 40 and see what attributes you get back, and honestly I would do that because I don't think that bronze interceptor triggers as much as it should. They've sort of nerfed that portion of the game. So take your steal down, leave your block. I think I really like the block where it's at. Let's go ahead and move on to the rebounding. The rebound we also put at a 95 on our D board. We only get a 70 O board, unfortunately, but we are gonna +1 with our last cap breaker. We're gonna put that on defensive rebound, so we will get Hall of Fame rebound chaser, and that's the build, y'all. Now I will rate myself, honest opinion, probably a 7.5 out of 10. The things that I don't like about this build: I don't need the steal. I can bring the speed with ball down a little bit, and I would like to have a little more. I would like to ideally put the strength up a little more and get at least gold box out beast. I would like to aim for a little higher of a 3, and then I think the build is golden because you can finish in the post. You're a threat offensively. You don't need to be dribbling the rock. But if you could shoot a little better, if you can get a little bit more O board and a little bit more strength, this build would be exactly where it should be. The reason why I didn't want to deviate from the height, weight, and wingspan is because it's a Victor Wembanyama build at the end of the day. You guys can call your build a Victor Wembanyama build and tweak it, maybe make him 7'1". I've seen a lot of 7'1" Victor Wembanyama builds, a lot lower of a wingspan, and that's okay. But this is a 7.5 out of 10 build. I was enjoying it. It's nice to be 7'3" because people respect you in that paint. And you see here, Victor Wembanyama, Ralph Sampson, Khalil Ware. I'm just concerned about that Victor Wembanyama, and we got his shades, y'all. I thought that was a major dub. We are a two-way inside the arc threat. Again, put him on the build, not the Bills, man, football season's over. Put him on the Bulls. You want to be number 1, but it's Rom, not the 1, not the 2. I don't know what I was going with there. But if you made it to the end of this video, y'all, I really appreciate you. God bless you guys. Thank you guys. And let me know what builds you guys want to see me make next. Run my channel up. Let granny, auntie, uncle, and all that know about it. Jesus Christ first always, man. Deuce.